And we are officially live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Six Sided Scholars. This is your TNA pay per view post show here at BC WrestlePod. My name is Mikey. I am joined this evening by, my friend who I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is gonna be an interesting review, but I have Radio Free Will here, and so
Hey, what's a 5-letter word for unsettled? The first 2 letters are GE.
for unsettled GE.
Yeah. Oh
Hmm.
shit, we're live. My bad.
It's I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is gonna be an interesting one to get through because prior to this, while I had my ups and downs with Sacrifice, I actually did enjoy the show. And then news broke earlier in the week about a certain knockout no longer, requesting her release and then being granted said release. So
I'm not gonna lie. I've been off a couple weeks. I have not been keeping up with TNA. I basically got the gist of things through Sacrifice, which it sounds like, given where the titles are, sounds like I could have skipped it anyway.
But it's okay. You didn't miss much in terms of the build to Sacrifice. And the next is the build to Rebellion. And that's next week.
Yep.
So I'll fill you in when we talk about it because they already announced pretty much the whole card for Rebellion last night. Anywho, but we're here to talk about Sacrifice, which took place Friday, March 27th from New Orleans and Louisiana. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to keep this intro brief. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick is where you can see us go live most of the days of the week. YouTube houses our edited reviews. Social media's houses the report cards and the previews and the clips and the predictions and stuffs. And then we also have some merchandise. bcwrestlepodshop.forthwall.com. We also have a coffee that helps us pay for all these streaming services. Feel free if you would like to donate, but no pressure because you being here is enough.
You pronounce it coffee? I've always said it Kofi or Ko-Fi. Like, I know it's supposed to be like you buy a coffee for someone, but it's like, to me, like, just the way it's been spelled, it's always like, and maybe it's because I'm a wrestling fan and, Kofi Kingston exists.
Right.
But
totally understandable. But honestly, I think there is no wrong way to pronounce it. So I was just like, it's all good.
Well, it's like GIF versus GIF, like, yeah, the guy that created it came out and said, like, oh yeah, it's pronounced GIF. No, you can take my gifts from my cold dead hands, okay?
Oh man, we love it.
Language does what we want it to, says the guy who's just developing a language game.
Crazy, right? Alrighty, so let's get into Sacrifice. So I want to briefly go through the pre-show because you didn't really miss much before anything. So I'm just going to briefly go through it. So we had 2 matches. We had Ryan Nemeth versus BDE. BDE tried, but Ryan Nemeth would win. So didn't really miss too much of anything, which is fair. The System and Order 4 had a sit down and created like an uneasy alliance. I was like, this is going to blow up in their faces real quick, and I'm excited to see it. So we had a whole sit down. It's going to blow up, and it's going to be glorious to watch. Tessa Blanchard and Jody Threat had a match. Tessa Blanchard wins, ends up tying Jody Threat with some cable wires after the match. And that led to their bunkhouse brawl match that happened this past Thursday, which was actually really good. I really appreciated it, and it was pretty fun on last night's episode of TNA. Also, it seems that Tessa is stuck in the Undead realm, so that's also a new development, which is crazy to talk about, which tune in next Thursday to hear our thoughts about the continuation of Rosemary's story and the Undead realm coming back, which is, I'm actually excited for that. So that is what you missed on the pre-show.
Alrighty.
So now let's get into this main card. Okay, so we kick things off with our TNA X Division Championship match.
That picture of Eric Young still gets me.
It really be out here. You really listen. Say what you will about the whole story going into this, but Eric Young will always give us good content.
It's like it is. It's giving like someone just explained to him exactly what a colonoscopy was. You know, it's
He's in the middle of one apparently from the
yeah.
picture of his face.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, oh,
It goes how far up?
as is going in. But yeah, so Eric Young, like, thank you for providing us good chuckles. But we kicked the main card off with our TNA X Division Championship match, Leon Slater versus Eric Young. Eric Young technically is cashing in his Feast or Fired match here, his briefcase to get this match against Leon Slater. The storyline going into this is that using Leon Slater having visa issues and kind of playing it into the story, Eric Young is out here trying to expose the frauds of TNA, and he thought, he was going to expose Leon Slater as a fraud in this match. I don't know if he exposed him as a fraud. He did take a good chunk out of Leon's leg, though, by biting it. I was just like, Eric Young, what are we doing? Like, what is happening? But
anytime I see someone biting someone in a wrestling match, my brain goes to Ace Ventura when nature calls. I didn't know the whatever tribe he mentions there were biters.
I was like, Eric Young, why are we biting Leon Slater? But okay.
Which, speaking of talking about, just if I may, if you want to talk about movies that have not aged gracefully, either of the Ace Ventura movies.
No,
like those
no,
were hilarious when I was a kid, but like thinking back on some of the jokes, I was like, wow, like holy, like transphobic, racist, like just awful on the 90s, man. Anyway, continue.
No, 90s Hollywood. I mean, it's still wild, but like 90s Hollywood was literally the Wild West out here. It was insane.
Yep.
With how much everyone got away with everything.
Yep.
I like this match. I want to say that. I will continue to say this. I don't like Eric Young's story, and it doesn't seem like it's going away. And
it's not going anywhere. It's not. It's just, he's just kind of in this little like. If this was building to something, like okay, yeah, actually, you know what it is? I think the original plan was to have this build to something, but every person that they were going to build it towards ended up taking a contract with WWE or AEW.
They're out of here.
So now he's either that or left TNA to join WWE or AEW. So now he's just kind of in this holding pattern of like, it's coming. The cleanse is coming. Someone's coming. Like something important is coming.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Nothing is coming, Eric.
Give up the ghost. Okay? As the kids say, give up the ghost. I'm going to talk about Eric Young when we get to a certain part of the show because
the only thing that's coming based on this picture here is Eric.
I mean, listen, it is important that everyone gets a colonoscopy, aka also get their prostate exam when they reach a certain age for those menses.
Yep.
And it's like, we don't joke about that. But what I am going to joke about that is that, again, this picture, I don't know, Eric Young, listen, there is no shame if you're enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Leon Slater retains the championship. Overall, I do, again, like I said, I did enjoy this match. I thought the in-ring was solid enough. I'm happy to see Leon actually finally get to defend his title again after being away for a good chunk of January and February due to visa issues. And Leon Slater's going to have his work cut out for him because I am 50-50 on whether he's walking out of Cleveland, Ohio next week as still X Division champion, depending on how the rest of it goes. But Rebellion, Leon Slater will be taking on Cedric Alexander. So I'm 50-50 on how that's going to go. So we're going to see how that work out. Also, Eric, we're going to talk about you a little bit later because I'm going to talk about what happened on yesterday's episode because the optics of what you are doing is not looking great for you. So we're going to talk about that when we get there, though. But Leon Slater retains. This is a pretty decent way to open up the main card. Moving on. I want to give flowers to AJ Francis because I feel like nobody gives this man his flowers. I mean, We do. You
like,
do, Will.
like present company excluded, of course.
Right. I want to give AJ Francis his flowers. His character, you could take it or leave it. But I do believe he's done he's done some really good work here in TNA since leaving WWE. This is a tag team match. There was lots of tag team matches in this event, but this one was the flavor of Elijah and Hometown Man versus Franklin Kazarian over here and AJ Francis. The story going into this, they be fighting. That literally is how we got here. They literally be beefing and fighting.
Yep.
So,
it's like, what's the storyline going in here? I don't know. We need another match for the card.
Fight. No, literally, that's what it is. This is like we needed to fill out the card. We needed to get as many people as we could on this thing. So, the match itself, it was decent. It was fine. I felt like this match belonged more on a Thursday episode than a pay-per-view, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I like Hometown Man. He's great. AJ Francis is good. Frankly, Kazarian can still go into the ring. Still hate your character. And Elijah is Elijah. So, didn't hate it. Thought it was okay. I was very interested and kind of happy that AJ and Frankie won this match. So I was like, all right then. Love that. It's really hard. I have nothing else to really say.
Yeah. This is going to be a weird one because we have a lot to get through. I'm not sure how much we're going to have to say about any of it.
No, and we're going to probably talk about more of the news that has happened in the last couple of weeks. So, but AJ Francis and Frankie Kazarian beat Elijah and Hometown Man, and we keep it moving because we take a break from the in-ring action, and we find out that TNA has officially signed Mr. Ricky Sosa of Brussels to a contract in TNA. So his contract still allows him to wrestle in the European wrestling federations that he is a part of. But Mr. Bang Bang Sosa himself is now officially part of the TNA roster. Also, never going to be mad being able to see Chris Bay back on my screen because Lord knows we didn't know if he was going to be able to walk when he got that really nasty neck injury. So, excited. I am.
It's still someone whose catchphrase is bang bang and this. I understand wrestling. There's only so many catchphrases you can have in wrestling, but between the Bullet Club and Cactus Jack, these are two pretty iconic, forces in professional wrestling. Come on, bud. Maybe those two factions weren't quite as big in Europe, so you got away with it there, but
I also think because it is part of his theme song, so it's just that's probably where it came from. Also, yeah. I think he has a lot of, knock on wood, he has a long time to kind of workshop it and refine it. He is only 21 years old, so.
Okay.
So, now, but this is where I bring up Eric Young again, because the optics of what Eric is doing is kind of insane. Because we go from Eric Young fighting and being in a feud with, well, actually, no, Leon Slater is technically the second black wrestler that he's feuded with this year. And what happens on Thursday? We get a backstage segment with Ricky Sosa coming backstage and Eric Young telling Ricky Sosa that he is the gatekeeper and he's going to be keeping an eye on him. I'm like, God damn it, Eric Young. We cannot beat the charge. This is the third hour. I don't like the optics of it. I'm not vibing with it. I was just like, Eric Young is just fighting all of the black talent. It's not great.
If he's going to keep calling himself the gatekeeper, we need to get a really good comedy act. We need to get someone from Mystery Wrestling to sign a contract with TNA so that way when he says, I'm the gatekeeper here, this new whatever comedy wrestler comes in and says I am the keymaster. Are you the gatekeeper? There is no Dana, only Zool.
Zool, motherfucker. Sorry. We're far enough in. I can curse. No, so the optics is not looking great for Eric Young. I was just like, sir, you cannot be the gatekeeper because gatekeeper means that anybody has to fight you. So far, you have fought BDE, Leon Slater, and now you're about to enter a feud with Ricky Sosa. So, yeah. But yeah, Ricky Sosa is part of the TNA roster, and that's cool and everything. Um, we'll see how this goes for him. Okay, but like the saddest part is that these like backstage vignettes throughout the pay per view with the Undead Realm and the Diamond Collective girls getting picked off one by one is kind of great. So Mila Moore ends up for the last couple of weeks. We've had like a bloodied white rabbit like be walking around backstage in TNA. First, it was Mara Sade. Then we have Mila Moore following the white rabbit down this hallway. And at the very end, Mila is just staring at the camera, and we get coming from behind her a returning Havoc, who is known to be tag team partner of Rosemary and be part of this whole Undead Realm craziness. And so, yeah,
Wait,
almost
have not Jimmy Havoc.
no Jessica Havoc.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, like, I thought Jimmy Havoc was pretty thoroughly blacklisted from most promotions these days.
No, so this is Jessica Havoc. The last time, well, to give a little bit of context, the last time we saw her in TNA was when she was with Rosemary, obviously, but it was also when Taya Valkyrie was still here, and they had their 3-person faction known as the Death Dolls, and it was actually pretty cool.
Nice.
So I don't know if she's back full time, but I love that. I mean, we got to see Crazy Steve last week.
I did see that vignette. I did, like, because that, like I said, I haven't been super keeping up, but because this Undead Realm thing, I am very invested in. So when I saw that come across my YouTube feed, I did make sure to check that out.
No, that segment with Rosemary and Crazy Steve was awesome. I loved it.
Is it like, like Crazy Steve? Isn't he like super nearsighted, like to the point of almost being legally blind?
Yes, his vision is so bad, and it's going to continue to get worse from what he said in interviews.
Yeah,
but man,
it's like Stan. He's just the modern Stan Hansen with better makeup. You know that about Stan Hansen, right?
I do.
That's why his lariats always looked so gnarly. He just kind of swung and hoped you were there.
Like if I swing with enough proximity.
Yeah.
So again, Mila Moore is kind of taken out by Havoc. I mean, she would be back on the Thursday episode, but I'm very intrigued. The Undead Realm and whatever we got going on with Rosemary is the best thing, but it's sadly the best thing. I was just like,
it is the kernel of corn in the crap.
It is. So this is not the last time we will be seeing this red filter and these lights be going on, because the White Rabbit was a busy bunny throughout this whole entire pay-per-view. But we keep it going though, because okay, this is where all the content's gonna come, because we got a lot to talk about this one. So we got a triple threat match for the TNA Knockouts Championship. This is our champion, NXT star Ariana Grace, the daughter of Santino Marella, in a triple threat. And this match was made because Liang Li was, a rematch clause as the former champion. And Danny Luna is in this match because she was supposed to fight Liang Li at Genesis, but visa issues did not allow her to. Still don't understand why Danny had to win another battle royale to get to this position. I was like, she should just be getting a match anyways, because she won it before. And so we got a triple threat. I knew there was going to be some bullshit in this match. And bullshit there was, because Danny Luna had dead to rights to win this, and then stupid Stacks ruining everything. I'm just like, gosh darn it. It's annoying as hell.
Fucking Stacks.
Like, damn it.
Not only is he not a great wrestler, he's also named after the most annoying Magic the Gathering strategy. What the fuck?
Oh, you're going to hate. Well, I mean, you're going to hate this too, because, like, trust me, Stacks and Ariana are annoying here. They're really annoying in NXT too, especially now that they have their little faction going on, because their faction is all they have. It's a 5-person faction. It is made up of like the kids of like
Oh yeah,
wrestlers
yeah,
who've
yeah.
been in this business. Still hate the name Birthright. It's really stupid. So it's
Well, I
crazy.
mean, it's after credit where it's due, they have learned the lesson that so many other wrestlers have failed to learn is you don't have a faction with the word new in it. Like, because just like you had the new Rockers and the new Midnight Express and the new whatever, like, excuse me, the exception to that rule, of course, being the New Day, because they were the original the New Day. It's not like there was a faction just called the Day and then they were the New Day.
Right.
And so, yeah, Birthright works better than the New Legacy. Am I wrong?
No, you are not wrong. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're annoying in NXT too, but I was really annoyed with this. I was just like, how much longer are we gonna have to see Ariana hold this title? It makes me mad. So I do want to say, when this match was over, I was like, all right, well, hopefully somebody. I mean, I was like, all right, Lee, you had your chances, so it's just like whatever. And then I was just like, hopefully they give Danny another shot. Well, fast forward to earlier this week, where I learned that via Fightful and other wrestling news outlets that Danny Luna had requested her release from TNA, and TNA granted her release. And I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like, "Damn, TNA, you just let that one go." I was like, "I was like, how do you let Danny Luna go?" I was just like, that means you
Oh,
had no
you know how they let
plans for
Danny
her.
Luna go? That means they let Danny Luna go the same way they let Mance Warner go, the same way they let friggin' Jake
Steph,
something go.
Jake something, the Rascals, like.
Like,
So while Will processes this real quick, and then we're both going to talk about it to
it's
kind of catch.
I like no, like it's not even a matter of processing right now. It is like, remember the end of Clue with Madeline Kahn? Just flames, flames on the side of my face. That's me right now. Like, it's just like, yeah, I know. Lol, TNA. This is what I get for getting invested into TNA and just like, just the last thing I'm going to say on the matter is someone give her Tony Khan's number.
Seriously. I've already hashed it out before we started, but I'm mad at TNA for letting her go, but I'm happy for Danny Luna because wherever she ends up going, she is going to be an asset.
100%.
And
Yeah.
I think AEW could definitely add her to the roster.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I know Tony Storm is out for like basically for the foreseeable future, but can you imagine that match? Danny Luna versus Tony Storm?
That would be crazy. And then if we're just looking at the way that Danny is built, like a brick powerhouse, like I'm also imagining her versus Jamie Hayter, her versus Megan Payne
versus Marina Shafir?
Yes. And now
no. I wouldn't put her against Marina Shafir. I would put her in the Death Riders.
Oh my gosh, Danny Luna would be great in the Death Riders. So, but yeah, it frustrated me, but then I was like, she's gonna be okay because she's gonna be great wherever she ends up going next, and I'm gonna follow Danny because she's fantastic. Yep. But damn it, TNA, LOL TNA, you just hate success, man, and you had something really cool with her.
It's like they're playing football and just be like, the goal is to drop the ball, right?
I don't know, man. This match was And Danny Luna being gone would just not help. So it's just like we literally have nobody else right now. Now I was just like, now it's just Ariana and Liang Li. I mean, it's annoying.
It's it's okay. We got Ariana and Lei Ying Lee, and they keep trying to make Zaya Brookside into this, top competitor, which can and it
I love Zaya, but like she's not. She needs a little more.
That's not even it. That's not even the worst part of it. Is because they keep trying to be like, oh, Zaya Brookside, oh, let's have her challenge for the title, and then oh, are we going to make things really interesting? Because that means she's going to have to defend her title against her own tag team partner. No, they would never be that fucking interesting.
Be like, and just to let you know, there was a championship match last night between Ariana and Zaya. Zaya ended up losing because once again, Stacks got involved, which led to, again, the rematch is it's Ariana and Lee at Rebellion next week. I was just like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was like, Indy, are you coming back anytime soon? I was just like, I don't like that prospect either, but I'm like, TNA literally shot themselves in the foot. We don't have anybody else. And you had something with Danny.
Either that, or they need to fast track this whole 7 Deadly Sins Undead Realm thing and get Rosemary back into the title picture.
Oh my God. Rosemary, save us. Rosemary, come and save us. Seriously. Anyways, we're going to move on because we can be here all night. I don't want to. I'm already sad. So it is what it is. Speaking of Rosemary, I'm not going to lie. I kind of would like to see Rosemary and Mara Sade like pair up a little bit. I think this is so interesting. And, Mara Sade has grown on me. We're going to talk about her a little bit later. But yeah, this was a really fun backstage. Mara is just like, Rosemary, like, I know you creepy, but I'm not necessarily like, I was like, you kind of cool in your weird way. So I was like, there's a budding friendship here, and I'm not mad at it. This would be great. Again, we went from what happened before to this. I was like, oh, and then we get into the next match. Okay. I think it just might be me because I'm a weirdo. I think for me personally, this was probably my favorite match of the entire night. I think the only thing I have is I want to see more Tasha Steelz. It was great to see her in this match, but give me more Tasha. I feel like she should be wrestling more. Mm-hmm. Jada, girl, we got to slow it down a little bit, but you know what? You and Ali had some really fun exchanges. This match was just nuts, and I had a good time with this one.
I'll take your word for it. Like I said, I didn't see it. I don't really have much to say about this. I mean, like based on the card, yeah, I can see this being a fun match.
It was a fun match. Ali and Tasha would end up winning, and this sets it up because Ali and Trey are going to fight for the international championship at Rebellion, so that should also be a really good match. Moving on. Why did we put this on the card if it wasn't even going to happen? We got some DQ bullshit. The match did not even start because Special Agent Zero came out and destroyed Moose, and we didn't even get this match. I was just like, why? Like Maxine Waters, why are we wasting my time? I was so mad. I was just like, whatever. I was just like, this is what happens when you don't want to have your number one contender get pinned, but whatever. So now Moose has to take a detour because at Rebellion, Moose and Special Agent Zero are going to have a match. And so Moose is taking a detour before he gets back to Edwards. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Boo, Wendy Testenberger, boo. I was so mad. I was like, waste my time. You know what? I wasn't really vibing with the match going into this. Coming out of it, I was just like, this is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty solid.
What is Elena doing in that picture?
I don't know. But
is she like trying to channel her psychic powers or something? It's like...
I was like, Elena, girl, what are we doing?
Is she trying to make the force choke slam her finisher?
I don't know.
which folks, if you've never seen a wrestling promotion do the force choke slam, it's a delight. So go ahead and Google it. Force choke slam.
So Mara Sade versus Elena Black in a no disqualification match. So essentially, this is a street fight. They had thumbtacks, we had chairs and kendo sticks. It was pretty good. Mara Sade actually gets a win here, so it's like, all right, girl. She hands Elena Black her first loss since signing to TNA. And yeah, this is pretty solid. I think this was also another really solid match. So pretty good. Moving on. Another waste of my time because didn't even go 7 minutes. The story is that somebody attacked Matt Hardy, which crazy, right? And so Vincent gets the brilliant idea that since Matt is not clear to compete, Vincent would team up with Jeff to take on the system. This match only goes 7 minutes until we cut backstage with the bloodied Matt Hardy and we see Dutch standing over him. To the surprise of no one, the Righteous were the ones that attacked Matt Hardy prior to Sacrifice leading into the show. So
in the immortal words of Patrick Stewart, mild shock.
So because of that distraction, the system end up beating Jeff and Vincent in this match, which is leading to a tables match next Thursday between the Hardys and the Righteous. Not for the titles, just the tables match. Because the Hardys have a tag team, a championship match against Bear Bronson and Brian Myers at Rebellion. I was just like, you could totally let the Righteous win and they can go on to defend those titles against Bear and Brian Myers. So, but I can already smell the shenanigans. I know that the Righteous are probably going to lose that tables match on Thursday. So it is what it is. And I was just like, waste my time. TNA again, waste my time. So this was kind of great. Mr. Elegance, this is ass handed to him. Because we get a stage segment in which we start off with the Elegance brand in the ring, talking about, they have been beefing with some of the TNA Knockouts legends over the last couple of weeks. So essentially, we have ODB, Taryn Terrell, and Mickie James throw down with Mr. Elegance and the Elegance brand girls. And at Rebellion, it is going to be ODB, Taryn Terrell, and Mickie James versus all three Elegance brand girls. So it's going to be Ash, Heather, and M by Elegance at Rebellion. So it's just like, okay, it's not the worst thing that could happen. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Mr. Elegance getting nut shot was kind of fun, and I'm not gonna lie, it was fantastic to watch him.
I'm waiting for them to bring Awesome Kong in to be
just for a one-off. Just for a one-off.
We don't need to keep it going. Like just have it be Mickie James and ODB saying oh you're right. If we want to have a Elegance brand versus three legends, okay. What other femme legend from TNA's past could we get in here?
Awesome Kong.
Either Awesome Kong or Gail Kim.
Right.
It's.
Well, I don't know if Gail's going to because
yeah.
TNA and Gail kind of be beefing right now, which I'm not mad at Gail for.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But Awesome Kong would be kind of great, but we'll see how that goes down. Rebellion happens next Saturday. This was scary because we actually had a legit ref stoppage the first 3 minutes of the match. Macklin got knocked the fuck out. Like, ref called the match and everything, threw up the X. Like, it was legit. It wasn't planned or anything. Like, Macklin literally got cold clocked. So what happened is that Mike Santana went for a lariat. The way that Mike bounced off the ropes into the lariat kind of cracked Steve like right on the jaw, where you can see the bottom of his jaw like hit the top.
Ooh.
And so then Macklin went back, and as Mike turns around and does like a reverse sweet chin kick like to the jaw, and then Macklin goes straight down, like full on, like a couple seconds of just stiff,
Look,
holding on to the rope.
that sort of the expression on his face of wondering why oatmeal is still lumpy no matter how much milk he puts in it.
Yep, it was so frightening. The ref immediately recognized it, pushed Mike back a little bit, and called the match. Like, it was insane. I was just like, oh.
But a description like that, I'm just hoping he didn't, I'm just hoping he didn't Bret Hart him. It's.
And I was just like, so Macklin went into concussion protocol, but he has been cleared. There's no concussion. He is fine. He is good.
Okay.
Like Macklin updated on social media that he's fine and he's cleared. You can't kill him. So that was a relief. And then, you know what? I have to give Mike Santana credit too, because after Macklin put the clearance saying that he was good, the following day Mike Santana wrote like a three page length tweet, and he apologized. He talked about how scary this business is, but he was honest, and he's just like, it happened. I felt bad about it. That's not the way that I wanted it to go, but I'm happy that, everyone is okay. And, he felt bad for what happened. And I was like, you go, Mike.
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't do it on purpose, but like the amount of people that were piling on to Mike Santana after that, I was like, damn, you guys, give it some time. We got to figure out what happened first. Leave Mike alone. So because, and TNA, I get annoyed with you, but y'all had to do the best that you could, because this was probably supposed to go like at least 20 minutes. So because the match got thrown out because we had a legit X up for it all, Eddie Edwards, like, you could tell last minute comes out, him and Mike Santana have like a brawl for like 7 minutes, which saw Mike Santana put Eddie Edwards through a table as the pay-per-view went off the air. They were just like choreographing everything on the spot. It was like, we got to do something here because the match, and we got to fill in time. So boys, just do what you can.
Yeah.
So it was a really disappointing end to Sacrifice, but shout out to our referee who immediately clocked us like, nope, we're not even going to play around. We stop the match right now. So
yeah, good on him.
Yeah, so love her. She's great. Anyways, but that was how Sacrifice's main event went. The main event got stopped due to actual injury, and then Mike and Eddie Edwards brawled with Mike Santana standing tall to end the show. Yeah, Sacrifice was the thing that happened. In hindsight, leading into this week, I thought this was a pretty decent show. I will say it was definitely better than not Sacrifice. It was definitely better than No Surrender, but let's just say that I hope Rebellion does better. So Rebellion is next Saturday, so we're gonna see how that all goes down. But yeah, the only other updates that I have from TNA is, again, the Undead Realm continue to get explored on Thursday. Some pretty solid matches. Jody Threat and Tessa Blanchard's bunkhouse match was pretty good. I thought it was really solid, and I think that's probably because it was the first ever knockout bunkhouse match, and I thought they did really good. Tables match next Thursday between the Hardys and the Righteous. Tessa Blanchard is now stuck in the Undead Realm for some reason, so who knows where that's going to develop.
With the Sinister Minister. I saw him come on.
Exactly. I was just like, oh shit, we bring in him. I was like, ooh, okay, the plot thickens, as the kids say.
Somebody looked Billy Corgan in the face and went, ah!
No. So, Will, thank you for being here to just let me vent about Sacrifice.
Yeah, of course.
And so it's always a good time for sure. Also, Danny Luna, I'm excited to see where you go next, girl. Tony Khan, if you know what's best for you.
Yes.
I mean, the Hurt Syndicate, we're looking for people. So if it's not going to be Lee Moriarty or Queen Aminata, let's put Danny Luna in here. So But that's going to be it for us here tonight. There are 2 more things happening tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I will be here with my good friend Benny as we talk about Ring of Honor and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's joint show, Global Wars Canada. And then later in the evening, hopefully, we will be doing a watch along for NXT's Stand and Deliver pay per view. So it's the NXT's big pay per view of the year, and starting April off right, because boy howdy, there's lots of shows to cover this month due to every independent promotion and their mother throwing on an event during WrestleMania weekend, which I'm excited for.
WrestleMania weekend's not far off, is it? It's like next weekend?
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks, all right.
So, but should be fun. I had a good time. I think it's going to be fun this year. Of course, I'm excited because, again, we get to cover Effie's Big Gay Brunch. Love Big Gay Brunch. It's so good. Joey Janela's Spring Break. Lots of death matches happening as well, so that's going to be fun to talk about. And yeah, so stay tuned for all of that. But we got to get up on out of here. So until, from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll catch you tomorrow for Global Wars and for Stand and Deliver. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.